highway ain't gonna finish last. His engine's running hot, he's putting on the brakes. When he's done trucking, that's when he's fighting with the brakes. Trucking down the highway, yeah, he drives it so straight. Trucking down the highway. Joe six pack on the mic, spitting fire again. Bottle in his hand, truth dripping like sin. Static in the air, words cutting like a knife. He's living loud, drinking hard, chasing down life. Crack the can, let him roll, let it speak. Truth in the foam, in the head, in the leak. Joe six pack pouring out what we fear. Hard words, cold beer, and the static's clear. Echoes in the night, his force breaks the chain. Six pack stoner spilling venom through the pain. Battered by the bottle, bruised by the grind. Still he's screaming for answers he'll never find. Crack the can, let it roll.
Hey, congratulations. You've unlocked a rare live episode of All Apologies. I created this new intro. It's the this is always my pitch to people about their theme songs. Too long. So somebody gave me that note and I made this instead. So yeah, so instead of that whole long wrestling avatar thing, that Gummy Chainsaw was nice of us to create for us. I've boiled it down to just the when The Office used to have the whole long theme song and they would go from one episode to the next, when they would syndicate it and show 3 in a row, you would just get the bam, 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 and then the show would start. This is my version of that. So welcome to episode 110 of All Apologies. I was in Boston for several days, so we didn't have much time to prep an episode. We normally record it on Sunday night for Patreon Monday and show proper Wednesday. But this week I didn't have a chance to do that, so I said, fuck it, I'll do it live like Bill O'Reilly, and here we are. But there's plenty of things to talk about. So let's check out. Why waste it? Let's do this since we're playing all our bumpers.
The D, the I, the D, the D, the Y, the D, the I, the D is Diddy. Hold up, is Diddy. Come on.
So we have Diddy Watch in effect. The prosecution has rested, and Sean Combs has declined to take the stand, probably by his lawyer's advice. Nobody wants to incriminate themselves, and there's no way this guy can take the stand and not step in shit. He's anybody that's like, can you answer this honestly? Did you beat your girlfriend and make her fuck the Punisher? It's all going to be a bad look for Diddy. So there's an article rounding up the statement. It says the judge. How did I not know that the Submariner was the judge for this? Aaron Subramanian. I don't know. I'm calling him Namor. Namor asked Diddy, how are you doing? And Diddy says, I'm doing great. How are you, Your Honor? I wanted to tell you thank you. You're doing an excellent job. Diddy has never been nice to anyone, ever. He always, any interaction that I've ever seen with him on MTV is him being cold, being a dick. The only time he was ever remotely nice to people is when he's trying to get something out of somebody. He's a piece of shit. He's a fucking monster. And I never liked his music, even before I when I didn't know that he was a sex offender, he was still an asshole. So I'm kind of, we've been paying attention to this the whole time because I've always hated this guy. And I just, like seeing assholes get what's coming to them. I don't know, whatever, until they passed down the verdict and Suge Knight was right and he's intimidated somebody on the jury to not decide that he's guilty and he walks scot-free because he's a rich person. And in this country, it's not about race as much as it is about how much money you have to buy off people and intimidate them. So he'll probably get away with it. I wouldn't be shocked. I would be disappointed. I would be like your mother finding out that you shoplifted. I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed. Diddy, now go to your room and I hope you don't rape anybody again in the near future. But his decision to not take the stand, they announced that he won't be cross-examined by the prosecution, and he said, this is solely my decision with my lawyers. Okay. He's like, I thought it was a good idea, but then I asked my lawyers and they said it was. So it's my decision under legal counsel that I probably shouldn't take the stand and divulge all the details of the sex trafficking and cuckery that I was up to. At any rate, that's Diddy Watch. He's I don't know. I thought it was going to be all televised. I really thought this was going to be more entertaining for the show. But it's fine. It's still interesting, but everybody's covering it. We haven't been covering it that much because everybody's all over it. And the other thing that everyone is all over is the Neil Gaiman story. Another Neil Gaiman debate. And I got to get an Udpate bumper on here. What am I doing? At any rate, Neil Gaiman, the Sandman creator, broke his silence, according to Variety or whatever it is. I might as well credit Independent. The Diddy shit was from Variety. Who cares? Nobody's watching. So yeah, whatever. It's just like, we sunk all this money into creating Sandman season 2, so we decided to air it instead of just throwing it in the trash because Neil Gaiman is a sexual deviant, which is illegal. But the important part of this is that Neil Gaiman apparently has a blog where he's been making statements regarding the allegations. So I don't know if we covered this yet, but I saw that. I figured I'd read it. It said, and these are Neil Gaiman's blogging words. It says, as I read through the latest collection of accounts, there are moments I half recognize and moments I don't. Descriptions of things that happened sitting beside things that emphatically did not happen. So now I'm left to wonder, did the buttered ass actually happen? Or did the fuck pig outdoor tub thing happen? Like, what did happen and what didn't happen? I have to assume that the butter and the tub did happen and the all the pizza that she had to pick up from the store didn't. If you're going to put it that way, I'm going to believe the shit that I want to believe and put everything that I don't give a shit about aside as shit that didn't happen, Neil. So that's neither here nor there. But he goes on to say, I'm far from a perfect person, but I've never engaged in non-consensual sexual activity with anyone, period. Ever, period. And let's see, he goes on to say, non-consensual. I mean, It it's in the podcast, guys. I recommend you go find episode 1 is live on our YouTube channel right now, and that shit's all over Amanda Palmer, who seems to be complicit in, I don't know, if we're saying that he's not guilty of anything, then I guess Amanda Palmer isn't either, but she's guilty of being an annoying, pretentious doucher. And that first episode of Neil Gaiman really spotlights that. She sucks. But then the rest of it is on Patreon. I'm not sure. Right now I have a Patreon special running, I think, with, if you're a free member, there's certain episodes that are available to you for free. So go sign up there, bit.ly/stay sorry. And you can support the show for $5 and get all of our content over there. There's lots of great shit. But the Neil Gaiman master, it's like 6, 7, 8 episodes about women accusing him of abusing them, with every episode ending with a voicemail from them saying that they can't wait to see him and they love him and they love when he ties them up and spits in their assholes. So I don't know. It's hard to argue against that, ladies, when you're saying you were into it, but that's just my take as a guy that doesn't want consent to be able to be removed years later for money, because that's what's happening over there. It's fucking wild. At any rate, Neil goes on to say, I went back to read the messages I exchanged with the women around the following the occasions that have subsequently been reported as being abusive. These messages read now, as they did when I received them, of two people enjoying entirely consensual sexual relationships and wanting to see one another again. At the time I was in those relationships, they seemed positive and happy on both sides. So, again, better said and written by a professional than this guy right here. But there you go. That's in the man's own words, basically what I've been saying all along, what Joe Sixpack's been saying all along, that uh, you can't have your cake, you can't whatever have your cake and eat it too. Is that the same thing? You can't get banged and then get paid. Yeah, that's what I mean. You can't bang a rich guy, not end up his wife or girlfriend, and then because you didn't, say that he owes you money. Is that having your cake and eating it too? I think it is. You can't butter the butt and not fuck it, as Neil would say. That's a very common Neil Gaiman phrase. But the real reason we're here is Owen Cook. I've been sitting on. When we went to Boston, this happens all the time. I was talking about the perfect example is, I think it was Detroit, WATP Live in Detroit, year 2, when we would say, well, let's have this ready for Opie. Opie did this. Patrick Michael did that. Stuttering John, you can always count on him to do something stupid tomorrow or yesterday. This was the way it was back then. You would prepare something for the end of the week, whatever. On Saturday, you would talk about him. And then by Wednesday, he would do something stupid on Sunday. And then by Wednesday, he would have done something stupid on Tuesday. And everything that happened Sunday and Monday would be irrelevant. So it's kind of pointless to even prepare anything, because something more relevant would happen that minute. And that's what happened in Detroit. We were all out to dinner. We're walking back to dinner, and the show was the next day. And I look at my phone, and Stuttering John is on with Joey C and DG, and he's blackout drunk for 4 hours. And that turned into an amazing segment. So we don't really prepare anything ahead of time, but that, to me, as somebody that likes to be prepared, because I'm not great on the fly, obviously, doing this now. But I just like to have something in my back pocket, break glass in case of emergency type of segment. And I had this Owen Cook stuff all ready to go because I've been talking about it we talked about it with Blind Mike and Jenny Jingles and producer Chris and Lucy Tightbox. So all of these people participating in the show are aware of this guy. And I thought it would be entertaining to introduce him to the dickheads and the WATP audience live. But lo and behold, our boy Tim McD came through with a banger. The Lizzo interview by Trisha Paytas was fantastic. It was so funny. We were cracking up watching that. So in the end, we didn't need the Owen stuff. We had plenty of things to talk about. So this kind of got put on the shelf, but I still thought that, I mean, I always think it's compelling. This is like our thing that we do over here. So I was going to play it for you guys now. And even to my point, after I had this all put together for Saturday, and WATP ended with somebody yelling, "We just bombed Iran." And it was like the biggest down note, Price is Right losing horns ending to an otherwise fantastic event. It's just like, wah, wah, wah. We just bombed Iran. All right, thank you. Good night. So I had this package all ready to go. And then as soon as the bombing happened, this dickhead thinks that it's an opportunity to shill his fucking boot camp. So I thought we would feature this real quick.
So is this the start of World War III? Donald Trump just blew up a bunch of Iran's nuclear facilities. Sad day. Did it make the world safer? Did it make the world less safe? Let's audit. First of all, on the surface, it may look like it made the world more.
Audit what? Audit information? We're going to audit the bombing? Let's take stock. Let's go through the pile of bodies and figure out how many nuclear weapons we destroyed, how many nuclear scientists were destroyed versus how many children were destroyed. I don't know. What the fuck is he talking about? Let's audit.
More safe. Why? Because you have less chance of Iran having a fucking bomb. On the other side, it could also make the world less safe because even with the borders being what they've been, Iran could have put people in the States who literally could just go start shooting up shopping malls. Also, it could piss off Russia, China, and it could literally set off World War III. Now,
are you guys noticing in the background who's attending, who he's hanging out with? Who's this guy? These creeps. It's just a bunch of creepers in a Holiday Inn conference room. You can see across the top here, this is where they cut it in half. If your quinceañera is smaller than the We Buy Gold people that are on the other side and they want to split it in half. So that's where he is. He's in a Ramada in Cleveland with 2, 4, probably a grand total of 12 guys that he's tricked into listening to him.
Here's the bottom line. In reality, none of us know if it's going to be the start of World War III. None of us know. In fact, the truth...
They got their arms crossed like... What are you, too stupid to get it? Like, don't you buy what Owen is selling you? I mean, I've paid $25 for that. I probably can't get back, even though he says this is a free seminar. And I'm standing here with my arms crossed waiting to get my $25 back, but this guy won't give it to me until I watch him create a reel for Instagram.
None of us know if we're going to have a health crisis, and none of us know if we're going to die in a car accident. So there's only really one thing that you can ultimately do. Enjoy your fucking life. That is why, instead of me working on business all the time, I go out on road trips with my family. I do parties. I go out to clubs. I do fun seminars. I have a lot of fun. Guys, we might have just had the start of World War III today. But you guys having a fun day? Yeah! So, and why? Because we can't control it. We're not in a position to control everything. So what I tell you is what's happening.
So you should just, eat, drink, and be merry while your government gets involved in a war you don't want them to get involved with, you can't do anything about it. Like, I don't know, vote on a local level and then pester your local politicians to pester your state politicians to pester your national politicians to affect change locally. Don't do that. Just pick up chicks at Applebee's on at happy hour because that's what Owen is selling here. It's fucking a bunch of incels, and he's just teaching you how to bullshit. He's a fucking bullshit artist. And over on like, let's watch the end of this.
It sucks. Did it make the world safer or less safe? Look, I know probably 1,000 times more about world affairs than the average person on the street. And
Oh, do you? Was it good or bad? Well, I'm not going to say either way, one way or another. But I know a lot more than you. I'll say that with confidence that I'm smarter than you, even though I'm not saying anything smart. So
I don't know, okay?
I don't know. Oh, okay. Give me a second.
I don't have the answer. You don't have the answer. None of us have the answer. We all have opinion. I've got my opinions. But the bottom line is you've got to enjoy your life. Look, here's the truth. World War III or not, in reality, your life could end at any moment. So you've got to live that way and enjoy your life.
Fear mongering. Okay. And the way to enjoy your life is to give Owen Cook $25 so that he can teach you how to pick up the bank teller that is forced to talk to you at fucking Bank of America. What a piece of shit. This guy sucks. And over in the comment it says, do you think it was a good idea for Trump to blow up Iran's nuclear facilities? Let me know in the comments. And please share this video. So he's using it for clicks. Is there anything more incendiary than asking people about their, like, anonymous people on the internet, their opinions on politics? Some, people are happy to run in there and call each other PDF files and say that they're retards for their political opinions. And I think he started seeing some of these comments come in and realized, oh shit, I'm trying to monetize a bombing in the Middle East. Maybe that's not a good look. And he says, by the way, I did this to show my students, his students, anybody with $25 that was bored and wanted to show up to this. To show my students how fast you can create an Instagram reel, but I really do want to hear your opinion. What do you think? So that's 2 prompts for you to jump in the comments. And then, I don't know, there's a bunch of comments here. So a bunch of people get killed and you're telling young men to just enjoy their lives because we don't know if it's World War III. I think people should get more involved. You're just saying that because nobody in your family has been affected by it. Yet I thought this Spence was about going through difficulty and whatever. So let's see. I'm 37. In the last 36 years, they always say that. Oh yeah, right. Yeah, Iran always says that they have a bomb, and they never do. But then she says they said the same about Iraq. IRAK. Okay. Credibility nullified. Let's move on to the next one. Oh, all right. So here is a plant. Here's an industry plant. Cody Thrive. Very much a disciple of Owen. This guy is paid to jump in the comments and agree with Owen. I don't know that for sure, but he seems to do that at a lot of his events. He has people that have attended, people that claim that they've had success with this show up. These are the people that, when you ask for your $25 back, they say, "Oh, just come out with us tonight, and I'll show you. You can watch me pick up a barfly, and I'll prove that it works, and then you'll agree that you don't need your $25 back." So he has 4 or 5 people that kind of block you getting your money back from him. And Cody Thrive says, "I use the same mindset. I see some guys I know just go balls deep in world news, and they're always acting like the world is about to end. It still hasn't ended. Meanwhile, I just focus on new ways to make money on the internet, and life is pretty great." You fucking kidding, Cody Thrive? Who is this fucking... Let's see. What is this fucking idiot? All right, I don't want to show pictures of his kids. Anyway. Uh, that guy's a douche, but you could see that Owen Cook is a con artist. And one of his biggest cons is selling. Oh, I had a whole thing. I had a video I was going to make um, that was a roundup. Maybe I'll use it as a bumper or something like that, where mystery from the pickup artist, teaches everybody how to pick up chicks. And Owen has stolen the game, or he read the game, and he's repurposed it for his own money making schemes. But the 2.5 hour boot camp that we've been featuring, these are the tips. Like, these are tips. A lot of times you don't understand that you already know the answers to your problem, and it just takes somebody pointing. It's like when my wife says, you're that wart on your foot is making you walk funny. You should probably get it removed. This is hypothetical, but it's a perfect example. And you're like, yeah. I'll look into it. And then you go to a party, and your buddy that you haven't seen in 10 years goes, "Oh man, what's wrong with your foot?" "I got a wart on my foot." "Oh, you should get it removed." "You know what? You're right. I should get it removed." Well, great idea, guy that I never take advice from, even though your wife has been telling you that shit, for the last 6 months. My point is, you don't need Owen Cook to tell you how to get chicks when these are his tips. This is what he's fucking teaching people. Rule number 1: if you think you're the best, you know what? Shocking tips. If you think you're the best and you act like you're the best, people will think that you're the best. Just fake it till you make it. But act like you're cool even though you know that you're not. Okay, I could do that. Okay, tip 2: be loud. Be the loudest person. You get attention when people keep looking over and going, this guy, all I can hear is this guy screaming on the other side of the room. What the fuck is going on with this maniac? So that's tip 1. Just think that you're cool, demand attention by being so loud that people have no choice but to go, I think I might have to go tell that guy to shut the fuck up. And I'm like really trying to stop myself from starting a fight with this guy. Tip 3: have a lot of money. Wow. Why didn't I think of that? But it's a double-edged sword, because this guy is fucking, and he wish it, yeah. Yeah. He's using the fucking secret, right? This guy, if I had money, then whatever, I could just buy, because that's his whole thing. He dresses with labels so that women say, "Oh, you got a fucking Gucci bag, or you have a Gucci fanny pack and a really expensive hat on. You must be worth having a conversation with." But that's easier said than done. But his answer to that is, well, if you learn my method, then you could teach these seminars to suckers the way I'm teaching it to you. And that's how I made my money. Why aren't you doing that? That's really his answer. And it's like, well, I don't want to be a professional douchebag. So it's hard to parse that, I'll say. But tip 4, oh my God, this was one of the craziest tips. He says, well, now that you have a ton of money, pay off the guy that runs the velvet rope at the bottle service to bird dog women for you, and then have them hang out with you. So surround yourself with 10 women, and then other women, 10 women that won't fuck you, 10 women that you're paying to hang out with you that won't fuck you. If you pay them to hang around with you, even though they don't want anything to do with your balding, ginger, fat, short, douchebag ass, some stupider women might think that you're cool because these other hot, thirst traps. Now he's like weaponizing thirst traps against women that he wants to fuck, which, I kind of respect that. It's like use women against women. Okay. But if I could meet these women, if I had 10 women to hang around to pretend that I'm cool already, I probably wouldn't need to meet other women. I don't know. It just seems counterproductive and very high effort. This guy's a real tryhard, I guess is my point. And then lastly, go where women are. Like go to Coachella. There's a lot of women at Coachella. So take your 10 thirst traps to Coachella and meet some girl that's high on Molly and fuck her. Okay. Good plan, I guess. I mean, are these tips? Are people having great takeaways from? Are you finding this useful and valuable? Because, okay, this is a clip that we featured on the episode with Jenny Jingles, and this is when I started realizing he's just inserting a commercial for his method right into his videos. So, yeah, Husey says having sex with women is gay. Ski Mask told me this, and he's right when you think about it. Okay, probably, but all right. Owen is a telemarketer. He's Don Laprie. We talked about Don Laprie. All these guys that are just con artists. So he's going to shill his con.
Well, what I've done is a lot of people have asked me about these trainings, and so I created a brand new website. It's actually brand new with a very, very deep video that's really shocking. It's a shocking video. It's kind of an intense video where I go very, very deep on what it is that this looks like. Like imagine meeting up with me personally and going out and doing this. It's a shocking, crazy experience. And on the website in the video, I show exactly what it is that you can expect. It's really crazy.
It is really crazy, by the way, because what he's asking of you is that's. I think we talked about that other woman. She was like the spiritual medium or whatever. She sells candles or scents or incense or some dumb shit. And then you can spend upwards of $20,000 to go eat vegan meals all weekend while she Reiki lays hands on you and pretends that your stepfather molesting you doesn't matter anymore. Okay? And that's basically what Owen's doing. And you might think that the price point of what he's asking you to spend to hang out with him is too high. He's going to hard sell, tell you you're a fucking idiot if you don't spend thousands of dollars to hang out with him. Why aren't you playing? It was just playing, everyone. Hang on. Let me reload this. It's fine. Hellraiser, what's going on? Yeah, it's cheaper to get a hooker. Dead right. You're damn right. And it's probably better company, too. This guy is so fucking annoying.
Invite you to my fucking house. And what's going to happen is this, guys. Here's what's going to happen. For everyone in here that doesn't do it, what's going to happen is in 5 years from now, even 2, 3 years from now, even a year from now, you're going to go, hey, I want to come to your house and do like the small ratio little boutique training for a couple grand. I'm ready. And I'll go, I can't. Well, you don't even reach me. You'll just reach my staff. I'll go, I can't. And they'll go, and you'll say, how much is boot camp? And I'll probably still teach them to small groups. And they'll say it's 25K.
It's gone up from 5K to 25K. My staff, you'll reach my staff, which is whatever. It's one of my students holding my burner phone while I argue with the homeless guys on Venice Beach. These guys that think that they're learning something from me while they hang out with me. Now, I want, if you don't shell out $5,000 now, you're losing money. You're gonna lose 15 grand when the price is 20 next month. So you might as well cough up the 5 now. This is classic. This is used car salesman shit that people have been whatever. They've been grifting suckers with this shit for years.
Say it's 80K. That's what it will be.
It's going to be 80K possibly to hang out with Owen. Burger. Yeah, hamburger phone. Did I say burger phone? I meant burner phone, but I'm a mush mouth, so who fucking knows? But it could be upwards of 80K to hang out with Owen and learn how to put ads in the paper for, $30. It just reminds me so much of Don Lepre.
That's what it will actually be. So you'll probably still get a boot camp out of me if I know you and I trust you, but it'll be like 30K, 50K, and there'll be a lineup of people there to do it. Lots.
Everybody's lining up to give me 30K, and you're the idiot that didn't give me 5 today. So, and just keep an eye while you're watching this. Keep an eye on the people in the audience, just the type of people that are showing up for this. People that are maybe out of work and don't know what to do with their life. Their wife is just like, "Did you look for a job today?" And they go, "Well, I took this free seminar that ended up costing me $25 in the end, but I learned that if I really want to make money, I need to spend between 5 and 80K to hang out with Owen Cook."
The people going to do it. Now add in artificial intelligence when robots are out and when and when being a doctor or lawyer or a fucking programmer, AI does all that. What's left? The only job left is personal brand and authenticity. That'll be the only thing left. You think?
Is that all that's going to be? Once AI runs the world, yeah, all you're going to have left is your Von Dutch hat and your plaid shirt and your Mr. T necklaces to set yourself apart from AI slop that everybody else has. I mean, everybody has a wrestling entrance now, Gummy. How am I supposed to set myself apart unless I take Owen Cook's grift session and learn, about personal brand and being a fucking loudmouth in the club?
Public speaking? Of course. So if you want to do a fucking boot camp, if it's on your bucket list to pimp it with me before you die, the boot.
Yes, Luigi. This is a staple of Owen, that he's either in a conference room at a Holiday Inn or a VFW or an Elks Club Lodge, wherever he can set up a cheap event. That's where he always is. It's never impressive. It's rarely impressive unless he pays money to film it to look impressive, but it never is.
Boot camp is me giving you no seminar, none of the seminar stuff. I don't do seminar at boot camps, by the way. I do these record videos for YouTube. At boot camp, we do
this shit. We're just doing this shit for the losers like Chuck or Andy that refused to give me $5,000. Let's find out what $5,000 actually buys you.
Non-stop feedback. Imagine if I took you and I gave you feedback for 8 hours a day for 4 straight days, okay? Like all I did was I just had you here in a small group giving you feedback.
That sounds like a nightmare. I don't want that at all. I don't want to spend 8 hours a day with Owen telling me everything that he thinks I'm doing wrong. It's like if you're a plumber and you show up to work on somebody's sink and the person that hired you is standing there going, "So what are you doing now? Are you sure what kind of, are you sure you want the, you don't need the 5/8 inch? I don't know anything about tools. Sure you're using the right sizer?" That's what Owen's doing. He's going to just, it sounds completely obnoxious. You couldn't pay me $5,000 to do. Well, I guess you could, but you'd have to get me to hang out with Owen.
I'm drilling into your fucking mind And I'm finding out every single
Please do this. I need Trucker Andy is Mr. T Von Dutch. Yeah.
thing wrong with you, and I'm excavating it, okay?
He's excavating it. What is he saying there? Hang on, let's back this up.
You feedback. And I'm going into your I'm drilling into your fucking mind, and I'm finding out every single thing wrong with you, and I'm excavating it, okay?
Yeah, I see. He's preying on your insecurities. He's, yeah. Once he realizes that you think that you're short, he's going to tell you to get lifts. He's going to say, get a hairstyle that is taller, higher, so that you look taller, and put lifts in your shoes so that you look like Bart Simpson when he doesn't get the Fallout Boy role in the Radioactive Man movie. That's his advice. That's always his advice, is shit that you already fucking know. Oh. Being live is hard. I don't like live. Trying to get better, but
The good stuff. Then what I'm doing is I'm putting in the good stuff. But I'm not just putting in the good stuff and going, oh, I put in the good stuff. We're going to go out and we're going to see if it works. It's kind of like seeing if the boat floats, right? You know, you made a little paper boat, you're going to see if it floats. And the truth is, on night one, I'm going to bring you out and you're going to suck.
oh, great. I'm glad I spent upwards of 80 grand to fail miserably and humiliate myself publicly.
Bad. You're going to be embarrassed. And then you're going to come the next day, all right, let's fucking go. Let's fucking go. Why did that happen? And because you went out with me and we have a reference for how bad you did, I'm going to have all this new data on you that I'm going to have observed, and I'm going to start fixing things. And then we're going to go on another night.
Okay. So when you approach that woman and you peed your pants, my advice to you is on night 2, try not to pee your pants. Because last night you sucked and you peed your pants. And my $5,000 to $30,000 advice is maybe drink less water before you approach a woman. That advice is worth its weight in gold. This fucking guy. It really is like, where do you get the confidence? I really think that somebody pointed out that like the youngest kids in the family, they have all these paths carved out for them by their older siblings that allow them to walk that path a little bit easier than, say, an only child or a firstborn child that kind of has to figure out social dynamics on their own rather than having an older sibling say, you know, what's popular or cool or not embarrassing. You have to like step in shit more as an only child or a first child rather than a younger child. So younger siblings have more natural confidence, I guess. That makes more sense to me than anything else. But I think all of these people in this room, to my point, are firstborns, and Owen is a younger. I'd love to know how many siblings he has and where he fits into that.
Then what's going to happen is you're going to be a bit better, but not where I want you to be. Then we're going to go back in. I'm not going to be seminaring you. I'm going to be giving you...
What's up, DJ? Oh, I'm glad to see Luigi's taking notes. I'm going to add it to the list. Tip number 6, don't pee pants. Yes. It's good advice, honestly.
Non-stop feedback. It'll be in a small group, so I'll be giving feedback in a small group. You're all going to be taking it on board. And then what's going to happen is we're going to go on a third night, and you're going to smash it in ways that you never knew you could smash it in your life.
No guarantees, but it's like Easter Sunday now. You're coming out of the boulder has been moved, and you're coming out like JC. You're going to smash puss. You'll be getting that Mary Magdalene puss on day 3 after just 2 days of hanging out with of Owen telling you how much you suck.
You're going to have the full God-like experience. You're not going to be God. But
Yeah. I mean, I did watch this, but it's been a couple of weeks. I forget that he said that.
that God-like experience of just being the fucking shit, okay?
I agree that it's shit. At least we've found common ground now. So let's figure out a way forward, Owen. Can we negotiate from 5 grand down to me getting my $25 back yet? Is that is that in the cards for me?
This to many of the richest people in the world, and why I've also teach the regular people who then often become super rich. That happens.
Okay, here we go. Oh, there's so many reasons why you should give me the 5 grand. You could be getting puss like a godlike level of pulling ass, and also become super rich. So what? I mean, what are we arguing about? What's stopping you from giving me 5 grand if you're going to be getting DiCaprio level ass and DiCaprio level money? It only makes sense that you give me 5 grand because it's going to be 80 grand next week. Don't come to me next week because it's going to cost you 80 grand to get ass.
But I'm not guaranteeing that. I'm not saying, you take your training and you wake up a millionaire. I'm not saying anything like that. I'm saying there's cases of that. Most people that I see, averagers.
I'm not guaranteeing that you're going to make money on the internet. I'm just saying other people have. I mean, that person is me, Owen Cook. I'm using myself as an example. But you could do what I do if you give me 5 grand and you're a big enough douchebag.
Results, though, is they still, if you ask anybody, like there's people in this room that have taken training, ask anybody that took the full training with me, if it was the best thing they ever did, they'll tell you, they'll gladly share with you how much it changed their lives.
Yeah, I'm sure, because spoiler alert, he's going to start going around we're going to realize that this is the other thing he does. He just plants people that he's convinced. There's got to be people that have found value in this, but I just find it so insufferable. Don't worry, Electra. I'm sure your badge is worth 80 grand. But you're going to realize that there's so many people in this room that are already attending this. I don't know if they're just taking another $25 free seminar because they don't want to spend the 5 grand or what, but he's going to go around the room and there's going to be so many people there that have already taken this. I don't understand. Like, why are you back again? Like, didn't you learn after 3 days how to have godlike mind control over puss? Why are you back again? And let's see here. Yeah, this guy sounds a little like... Yeah, he sounds like Alex Stein, but he looks like an Oompa Loompa. This guy is something else. Oh, all right. And now it's going to start becoming clear that this is a scheme.
Your head, is everything I'm saying true?
Thing. Oh, right. So this is where we start realizing that there's people that haven't fully gotten the $25 value out of these seminars. So they've coughed up another 20. Now they're $50 in the hole because they think that they're going to glean some more information instead of just coughing up the 5 grand.
Adam, just off the top of your head, is everything I'm saying true?
Yeah. I took 3 trains with you, and I was pretty good, like natural growth stuff at first. Shit core approaches. And from like the person I was then.
Yeah, the DJ Electra is right. The way he's really making his money is grifting $25 a time out of everybody in this room and going city to... We're going to do this with Tony from Hack the Movies. I think Tony was the first person we talked about Owen Cook with. And just coincidentally, we were going through his spiel. Almost all of his reels on Instagram end with him saying that he's coming to your town and you can come get advice from him for free, quote unquote free. And he's all over any major city he's going to. And it turned out that he was going to be in Philadelphia, Tony's hometown, a couple of weeks later. And we realized that it was Memorial Day weekend. And everybody kind of had family plans, so we couldn't go. But for 2 seconds, we're like, we're gonna go, and I was gonna dress up like him and just see how long it took me to get kicked out. To whatever, it'll be worth $25 to me to have Joe Sixpack stream it on the internet. But so that's really what he's doing. He says, "Oh, it's a free seminar," then he charges you $25, And then when you say you want your money back, his flunkies convince you that you don't, and then you are out $25, and that's how he's making money. It's not by being a fucking powerful mind control, artist. It's all horseshit.
And the life that I'm living in until now is like fucking insane.
Amazing. Bodie, am I telling the truth?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I've only done
Speaking, so Bodie, and speaking of desperate people, DJ Electric, so there are so many desperate men out there, and they are willing to pay anything to get laid more. They should probably just pay a prostitute instead of this guy, though. It's probably money better spent. Everybody knows this, but these guys, it's funny how insecurity and no self-esteem goes hand in hand with self-worth. It's just like, well, I don't have any self-confidence, but my self-esteem or my self-worth won't allow me to visit a prostitute. But I don't have the courage to approach a woman, and I don't have the wherewithal to lower my standards to get a girl that I could actually get instead of trying to get the hottest girl that works at my supermarket. So I guess I'll try and pay Owen Cook to teach me how to get the girl that works at the supermarket instead of going to, Dragon Con and meeting an orc that shares my interests, which is probably a better version of a relationship than whatever Owen Cook is selling you.
the very minimal, the mini boot camp in LA, and then I did this.
Yep.
Just that alone, it was like one day, not even, and it was just like absolutely game changing, life changing.
Amazing. Thank you for saying that.
Amazing. Is this the one? I think this is one. We got to watch this again. Now listen closely. I think he starts prompting the guy. The guy gets a little lost in the weeds with what he's trying to say. And if you listen carefully, I'm pretty sure Owen tells him like a keyword. He's like, you were going to say something about blah, blah, blah. He mutters something, I think, in this one. Hang on.
Adam, just off the top of your head, is everything I'm saying true?
Yeah. I took 3 trains with you, and I was pretty good, like natural girl stuff at first. Shit cockroaches. And from like the person I was then and the life that I'm living in until now is like fucking insane.
Amazing. Bodie, am I telling the truth?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I've only done the very minimal, the mini boot camp in LA, and then I did this.
Yep.
Just that alone, it was like one day, not even, and it was just like absolutely game changing, life changing.
Amazing. Thank you for saying that. Adam, just off the top of your head, is everything I'm saying true?
Maybe it wasn't that one. Maybe it's the next one. I'm pretty sure, though. I'm going to keep an ear out for it so I can point it out when it comes up. But, yeah, this is... Luigi says, I think this is staged. Yeah, you think? All these people, there's at least... You realize it when you watch some of the other things. There's definitely another instance where a guy gets up and he just looks like a slimmer... He's slightly less fat. His beard is slightly shorter. And he's slightly younger. It's just a generation behind Owen. He's doing all of the Owen things and giving you a testimonial. And on his website, where I pulled this video from, if you scroll to the bottom, there's testimonials of people saying that they've had success with this stupid fucking program. And it's one of those guys. And you realize that these people that are standing up doing testimonials are in the front row or the back row. It's the way that people sit in televangelist audience and have hidden microphones and they're feeding into the televangelist earpiece that Myrtle in row C, seat 6 is having bursitis, and then that televangelist is curing her bursitis. The next she's got the Holy Spirit. Now it's that type of shit. It's snake oil. It's snake handling. It's all anything with a snake. Owen is doing it, but okay. So these are now. It becomes apparent. Like I said, these are clones in the audience. People that have sat through this shit before. People that are paid to come back and say how great it is.
True.
Not true. It's what he's saying. You can't even put.
Hang on. Try again. We were just hearing it, and now it doesn't want to play. So let's reshare this. Come on now. We were on a roll. Here we go.
Eric, is what I'm saying true?
Not true. It's what he's saying. You can't even put into words the type of change and transformation that you will go through. I was a completely unrecognizable person before
I didn't look like Owen Cook, and now I do.
the boot camp. What he's saying is not even doing justice to what can actually occur in a transformation sense in your life.
Just my hat is worth less, and my beard isn't as long. But don't I look like Owen? This is working for me, everybody. What don't you get?
Life, if you do a boot camp.
Thank you. Evan, is what I'm saying true?
It is, again, you can't really put into words how fucking good you can feel when you actually put yourself outside of your comfort zone. I used to, in my 20s, I did actually do like quite a few psychedelics. I did like Molly, I did mushrooms. I don't ever have to do a fucking drug again.
Can you believe this shit? This is another thing that Owen sells is like he doesn't do drugs or drink alcohol or have real fun because he's too busy getting laid and counting your money. He doesn't need drugs and alcohol. And this guy's like, oh yeah, taking this seminar is better than 50 orgasms while you're watching the Super Bowl. It's like, get out of here, dude.
Because I know I can produce it in my own brain. That's how good it is.
That's what I'm saying.
So you can produce dopamine spikes in your own brain and never need to smoke crack again with this is he actually saying that this will replace methadone? This could be construed as fraud, I think. Are people finding this fraudulent? I don't know. Am I the only one? Yeah, I was a completely unrecognizable person. Owen, what's my next line? Yeah. There's definitely, I don't know if we heard it yet. I could swear. Oh, God. All right. So back to this fucking method of you got to spend money to make money. Just like all you got to do is be rich and you'll get chicks. Like, why aren't you weaponizing money that you already have to make more? It's like if I had fucking money, I wouldn't need this. So give me something, give me a tool to get started. Not tell me how to like how to bring 10 chicks to a bar to meet one chick. So this is basically the 10 chicks to meet one version of owning a car. This is absurd. Please.
What I'd say to you guys is this. Do a fucking boot camp while I'm still doing it. And look, let me put it this way, okay? A watch like this.
Oh, DJ Electra, I need to learn more about this. I love talking about grifters, but so these red pill creators, you should see some of the red pill creators I troll on here. They offer courses and sell books to do one-on-one. Yeah, without any credentials, or of course. Yeah, it's the same shit. It's the exact same thing that he's doing here.
You buy this for 50 grand. You guys got to understand this is the cheapest watch that any of you guys have. You don't want to know why?
Yeah, there's no substitute for hard work, right? Just get a real job and fucking earn a living. There's no shortcuts. This guy's just selling shortcuts to people that are not ambitious or don't have a vision for what they want to do. And I was like that too. I still am. I really, I'm jealous of people that are like, I want to be a meteorologist when I grow up. I'm going to go to school for meteorology. And I actually did it. And I went on to become a weatherman. I know a guy that's like that. And I'm very jealous that he knew before he left high school what he wanted to spend money on in college, instead of just thinking that you're going to figure out in college, going to 40 grand into debt just to come out with a degree that you don't use and go into truck driving for 13 years. That's what I did. So I can relate to the people in this audience, but what I can't relate to is taking this seminar. I can relate to your mindset, but I can't relate to your decision-making to take this class.
And look, let me put it this way, okay? A watch like this, you buy this for 50 grand.
You guys got to understand this, the cheapest watch that any of you guys have. You don't want to know why? It's investment. You buy the right watch, if you buy the right watch, you make money off it. You guys ever wonder why rich dudes just buy these crazy-ass expensive watches? You buy some crazy-ass watch, you wear it as a networking piece for other rich men.
I think some people just buy them as status symbols, Owen. People are like, I have enough money to buy a nice watch now, so I'm going to buy a nice watch and wear it so that people know that I can afford it. Not so that other people will come up to me and go, where'd you get that watch? And you go, well, give me your email and your phone number and I'll bother you every day until you take my seminar.
You wind up getting other rich clients out of it, and then when you're bored of it, you flip it, you sell it. You make money off it. You buy a Lambo, you think you make money or lose money off of that? You make money because what happens is you get invited to Lamborghini special events. So I could show you events that I've been invited to where you drive in, because you bought a Lambo, you drive in, you meet other people there that are Lamborghini owners, and you network amongst the right people.
Can I just rent it and network with those? Do I have to buy it? And this is just don't buy a watch because you want to own it. Buy it so that you can network with people and then flip it for money. Well, I really wanted that watch. Can I just like keep it and wear it a lot? No. Yeah, that's what suckers do. You gotta fucking sell it, or else you're a fucking idiot. You better give me $5,000 so that I could teach you this. Have you learned nothing? Like, what don't you get? You don't keep the Lambo. You don't. It famously will depreciate in value. You have to flip it for quiche. Luigi says there it is. Do boot camp while I'm still doing it. Give the impression that the service sold will no longer be available. Grifting, yeah. It's a tale as old as time. The sad part is that people still fall for it. And the other thing, he's just like, there's so many examples of this working, of me making it work, but I'm not going to guarantee that it'll work for you, right? I'm saying that I'm giving you the tools to be successful. I can't make you successful, and I'm not going to say that you'll get your money back if you're not.
But what I'm saying is you should go into it looking to get a massive transformation, a way better quality of life, but ideally you make money off it. And the way that I've continued to have a lot of people sign up for trainings is people come in, they make money off it, and they want to do more trainings. Or people come in, they get better, and they wind up volunteering and being leaders. I'd love to see you guys.
Amazing. The people that take this, they come back and take some more. The guy that's selling seminars thinks that you should take more seminars. Amazing.
Come to a training, get good, and then become a leader within the community is what I want to see. So take a fucking boot camp, okay? I promise you it will be nothing short of the best experience you ever have.
Oh, you mean that experience where you tell me I suck for 8 hours straight? I can't wait. All right, where's Fry? Everybody in this audience is Fry standing up with a fistful of money saying, take my money, right? That's who he thinks he's talking to. That's what bothers me the most, is he actually thinks he's smarter than everyone. He thinks that you're an idiot and he's smart, and if you don't give him $25, you're a moron. And if you're too smart to do it, then you suck and you're not worth this. I mean, that I guess that's the right attitude for Owen to have. It's like, if you're not going to give me money, why am I talking to you? That's correct. But I just want everybody that's in this audience to realize that they shouldn't give him money and that they're wasting his time, and nobody should be there. Like, that people are showing up is what pisses me off about this guy. Not really like what he's saying or doing. It's just, but the fact that these people don't recognize that it's a grift is annoying to me. Yeah. Who makes a profit from a watch? A pawn shop owner. Right. And everybody in the audience are the drug addicts that are pawning watches. It's so fucking annoying. All right, here we go.
And you found any trading in the world, I don't care if it's shooting a gun, I don't care if it's skiing, any trading in the world you thought was better, refund the fucking thing. Just let me know before the trading is done. Don't hit me up 5 years later if you fucking became a drug addict weirdo, okay? But honest.
Yeah, so you can get your money back, but as long as you on the spot say, well, I took Tony Robbins' seminar last week and it was way better than this, so can I have my $25 back? Don't ask for it like retroactively, like you're whatever, a woman that had a sexual relationship with Neil Gaiman. It's like, oh, I didn't end up Mrs. Gaiman, so I'd like my money back now, please. All right, last clip. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I want to thank everybody, the people that are here checking this out. I told Joe Sixpack to show up, and he's at work. I'm doing it at a weird time. And I said, hey, show up in the chat and chat with everybody. So we can see how reliable he is. He must be at an Owen Cook seminar. Why don't these fucking play sometimes? Reshare. Let's try this again. We're tripping at the finish line here, everybody. I thought it was going reasonably well. Right until the end.
My mansion. I live in the same crib that Avicii and Tiesto used to live in. And do you guys think I lose money or make money off my mansion?
Oh, let me guess. Is this a rhetorical question?
I live in the same crib that Avicii and Tiesto used to live in, and the head Pasquale from EDC. Why?
I don't know who any of those people are, so is that a good thing?
Why do I make money off having a mansion? Because I can throw
Airbnb?
parties out of it. I can throw seminars out of it because I get clout from it.
He's never home. I told you we were trying to go see him in Philly on Memorial Day, and Mr. fucking Family Man is doing a free seminar all weekend on a holiday weekend in Philly while he rents out his home to make money on it.
The idea of doing a training that shifts you in status is that ideally, yeah, it costs a couple bucks, but you're supposed to ideally, again, I'm not guaranteeing it, but I would hope.
You're never going to be as successful as me, but you could be. If you give me $5,000 now instead of 80 grand later.
You're making money off of that. So like I said, look, right now, I can do this shit, okay? I'm doing it right now. The chances that you're going to see me doing it at that price point or that ratio in the future is fuck all. Fuck all.
Fuck you. How about that? I think I'll keep my $5,000. This guy, he's something else, isn't he? My favorite one was like, oh, I do these type of seminars with, I do it with mixed audiences, people that want to learn how to speak publicly and be better at presentations. I also teach guys confidence, and I do an audience with a mixed bag of females and males. I do conferences that are all males, and I do conferences with all females. No, you don't. I've never seen one fucking video of you doing an all-female audience. It doesn't happen. For some reason, women are too smart to fall for it. They're on the lookout for predators like this. But yeah, I feel bad for those guys. I'm going to keep beating this drum. I've been, yeah, yeah, DJ. Yeah, hang on one second. Let me see if I can pull this up real quick since you found that. We talked about this on a bonus episode. Joe Sixpack and I. This guy is a disciple of Mystery. If anybody is familiar with the old VH1 show, The Pickup Artist, that guy teaches losers how to meet chicks. And on that show, where is it? God damn it. Oh, yeah. Okay. So I did like an evolution of what Owen looks like. And he used to, back when he was just a student of Mystery, they all like, because that's Mystery's biggest tip. It's like, I go by the name Mystery, and you should do something like that. So this is what he used to look like. And now he looks like what we were just watching. And I had an evolution of this guy deteriorating into an Oompa Loompa. But, He used to be way more approachable. You know, you wouldn't freak out if a troll approached you, because that's the other thing this guy does, Electra, is he people walk up, they see you on Venice Beach with a camera that's not an iPhone. He just kind of has something that looks slightly better than an iPhone, and lighting, and maybe a guy with a boom mic, and people think that he's an actual show. They think that he's with Entertainment Weekly or something that like that. So then drunk chicks want to talk to him, and then he looks at the camera and goes, "Pff, see how good the method works? See how my tools are getting drunk chicks to approach me because they thought that they were going to meet Mario Lopez. Like they think I'm Mario Lopez's handler. So they're like, is Mario here? And now I got their number. I go, hey, if you give me your number, I'll give it to Mario. And he's like, did you see me get that chick's number? Student that's holding the boom mic? That's how you do it. You just trick women into thinking that you're famous. Okay. Good idea. It works is the problem. It's snake oil. That's interesting to say that there's a version of snake oil that actually works. It's not going to find you love. It's going to find you a number from a drunk chick, but it's not going to find you a relationship. I guess that's my point with Owen Cook. He has this toolbox of magic tricks to fool women, but you know, David Blaine. Does David Blaine look happy? He's got all this female attention on him, and the guy looks fucking miserable at any moment of any day of any year. So that's what Owen Cook is selling. He's selling David Blaine's sweat. But I want you guys to know that I appreciate you hanging out here on a live Wednesday with me. We're going to get back to our regular scheduled recording with all of the guys, Joe and Ed. Summertime's busy, and I've been in Boston, so it's been a little wonky, but I hope that this was mildly entertaining. Luigi wants us to know that let's do a collab episode about Owen. Yeah, we can have Owen get beaten up by Anne Frank Dukes. Anne Frank Dukes is the best. What I thought you were going to say, Luigi, is that you should be on the lookout for our new show that we're doing on the last Monday of every month. So that's coming up this Monday is going to be our first episode of a show that I'm doing with Luigi Greenberg and Kaylee, Lucy Tightbox from Once Over with Kaylee. We're doing a show called The Edge Files. And any of those people, if you're watching this, you can find it on this channel, but it'll be on Luigi's channel. We're going to multi-stream it to all of our channels, so anybody from our respective audiences will be able to find our new little collab show that is about unsolved mysteries and naturally occurring phenomena, like true phenomena, unexplained stories. And it's called The Edge Files. So we're going to take turns presenting different topics. I think I'm doing the first one, and I had an idea, but I might be pivoting to something else. I want to start off strong, so I'm cultivating different ideas. But that is going to be happening on this Monday, the 30th at 6 p.m., I believe is what we said. We'll start promoting it. So please check that out, but also obviously check out allapologiespodcast.com. Find our Patreon there over at bit.ly/staysorry, where for $5 a month you can get all of that Neil Gaiman master review. The Neil Gaiman reviews are what I pitch when I pitch our Patreon. It's just so fascinating and sensational, sexually deviant, and hypocritical all at the same time. It's really good expose on people that have no idea how to make a fucking podcast, how to make a podcast interesting. This guy is having BDSM relationships. People are coming out of the woodwork to say that they want to sue him, and these two Brits can't make it interesting. They're the most boring people in the world, and it's very easy to shit on. Very easy to shit on the people involved in the case, and very easy to shit on the people putting the show together. So join the Patreon just for the master stuff, but there's all kinds of stuff. New Girl is on there with a low cut top. There's all kinds of. We do a popsicle race with Lucy, and it's we're having a lot of fun behind the paywall, but you can also support the show for free here on YouTube. Subscribe to the channel and follow us on Instagram, so when Edge Files is going to pop off. So. Once again, thank you everybody. For Joe Sixpack, who's not here, I'm Trucker Andy saying stay